What the heck? Hey y'all, I'm on the internet right now. I feel like I'm sideways, y'all. I don't even know how y'all are looking at me, but I'm looking at me sideways right now. Hey, alright. I may be right side up. I think this whole broadcast is already proven to be a disaster. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see, what if I do this? Nope. See, I wanted to get my face on there so that you know it's me. It's not just someone stealing my identity. I don't know how I do that. Boop. What if I take it off? And I put it on. Hey, it is me. Alright, yes. We got to the bottom of that. It is me. Alright. As you could probably tell by the title of this video, you came across it. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know where it's gonna go, alright? Plan to have some fun maybe before we're done. But other than that, I really couldn't tell you. All I can say is this. It's a famous quote. I can't remember by who, but basically an object that is in motion, what it does is it tends to remain in motion unless enacted upon by an outside force. An object that's not in motion, well, that's just going to stay completely still. That is to say that, you know, if we don't just come on, I mean, we can't always just have everything planned out, all right? Because this might not be very significant of a broadcast, but it is worth doing, if not just for sitting here talking with each other. We might have some stragglers. It's going to show you how long it is, but I plan to make this only about a 45-minute video or so. I got stuff to do. I got places to go. I got money to desperate. We got that sort of stuff to do. So about 10, 15 is hopefully the limit of what we're going to do right now. I want to go ahead and see if I can't finish around that time. But for me, it's like, what am I supposed to do about that bad connection? What do I do about that? I don't know. But they keep flashing at the bottom of my screen. I don't know if y'all could see that, but it shows me, and it's really distracting. All right. I really wish they would stop doing that, but I guess they do that for my own benefit. It seems as though we're on the internet, and we're fully on the internet now. We're not getting any warnings. So might as well jump into it. It's nobody. We don't have any stragglers in here right now, but as soon as they get in here, you know, they're more than welcome to provide to me what might be very, very interesting to talk about. I woke up not too long ago, but I went to the store and did this and that, did some things that I had to do, cleaned up my place for the most part and stuff. So I don't exactly have the wherewithal that I typically do. I don't exactly have the wherewithal. I've seen some things. I've seen some things that are quite disturbing. You know, obviously last night was Halloween, so you can imagine it's pretty much a guarantee that disturbing things are going to pop up. And we'll probably talk about it. I figure we're going to talk about it right now. And we'll run through a couple things. There's some stuff that we want to carry on about the previous broadcast and talk about, but I'm going to wait till pretty much the end of the broadcast maybe to address those sort of things, to include Greta Thunberg and what is wrong with her face. All right. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm pretty, oh, this and that, oh, she's ugly. I'm saying there's something wrong with her face. And I think everybody knows it. The problem is that we need to get together on what is wrong with her face. It's not about her being ugly. I'm not saying that she is ugly. And if she was ugly, we certainly wouldn't be talking about it. Shout out to the persons in the room. I see you over there. Go ahead and leave me a comment. See if I don't get at you. Um, it's not that she's ugly, it's that something is wrong with her face. And I think if we, honestly, I think if we get to the bottom of what's wrong with her face, we'll realize what it is, why it is that she's doing what she's doing. Other than that, she's a child and she simply doesn't know any better. I don't even know if anybody's going to be talking about Greta Thunberg come next week, to be honest, because there's nothing significant about her. You might as well choose any vegan that you could find anywhere, and it's going to be the same thing. She's going to have the same exact opinions. She really is going to hate human beings, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, shout out to the person who's watching. Feel free to let us know what it is we should be talking about, what's really popping in the streets. But in the meantime, I just wanted to run through a few things that honestly aren't extremely significant, but I thought we would do it. All right. I didn't take a good snapshot. I didn't take a good screenshot of this guy, but this guy I want to explain to you. He was a principal over there in South Florida, and we keep an eye on South Florida to see what exactly is going on, or just to have a feel of kind of the vibes coming from South Florida. This guy, he was a principal of some sort. You can see right there it says Florida principal reassigned for controversial Holocaust denial remarks. It says this is a flashback. I don't know if this is old news. I don't know why they're flashing back or something like that. But they described this guy, Latson, and he was fired on grounds of ethical misconduct. And you know, even the articles that I read, it doesn't exactly explain the situation at all. They're not meant to. They're just meant to like drum up some sort of, oh, people are denying the Holocaust. Oh, they're the worst. Oh, they need to go fired from everything, and you know, they need to die alone in a ditch. All right, basically. That's what people are getting at. And it's like, I don't know what this guy said. The article doesn't even explain what he said necessarily. It just said that he was, what the article that I read basically explained is that as a principal, he wouldn't guarantee every last fact of the Holocaust. He wouldn't guarantee it or deny it. He chose to remain neutral. And for this, he gets fired, right? Period. That's how it goes. Jersey, Jersey Mike's. Shout out to the second person watching. I appreciate you and I feel you. We have a time limit on this particular broadcast, just like last time. It's unfortunate. We're trying to work out a better schedule, and I mean to work on it by sometime this weekend, as far as a regulated schedule of when we should be on, so that everybody knows. Plus this and that. I plan to work on some things just to let y'all know. All right. I, I know there's a lots of places where we can improve. Shout out to the third person watching. All right, I'm setting records around here, baby. Setting some records. By the way, third person that came in, make sure to shout me out in the comment section. Let me know what it is we should be talking about it, and we're gonna address that, and we're gonna forget everything else. All right, we're just gonna talk about whatever you want to talk about, probably. All right. And if you're driving right now, don't comment or whatever. Safety first. If you're holding two babies in each arm, don't comment. You know what I'm saying? Safety first. I feel you out there. Everybody's busy. But, you know, if you do know and if you can safely comment what it is we should be talking about, we're going to hop all over it. We're going to be all over that mug. But in the meantime, Jersey Mike's, which is a sandwich shop, I've personally never been to it. Not to say I have anything against it, but Jersey Mike's apologizes to Parkland father for open carry policy and it sparks boycott or whatever. That's ridiculous, and it's just another example of things that are ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You have a policy as a business. You say, "Oh man, you know, we don't mind open carry." In fact, you know, Texas in and of itself is an open carry state. You could basically do it unless you're in someone's establishment and they tell you not to. You could do, oh man, we got 4 people. Shout out to the fourth person setting records around here. Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what's really popping in the streets, what we should really talk about, all right? And we'll drop everything else. I promise you. I mean, if it's interesting enough, if it is interesting enough, we'll talk about it. But in the meantime, we're looking at another example of total ridiculousness, all right? Why should a company apologize to you? Oh, you had your daughter killed? That's bad. That sounds bad. I have a daughter as well. For her to get killed would be the worst kind of nightmare, right? But at the same time, many people's daughters have gotten killed, right? I don't know why they had to apologize to you specifically, guy. Like, I don't know. And I'm sure it has everything to do with Twitter. It's disgusting. But meanwhile, it's kind of related, a little bit related. Chick-fil-A is always in the news, and what that is constant promotion for Chick-fil-A. What they're doing is they're making money hand over fist. They're making more money than they know what to do with. Every time that they get publicized in the news, like, and that's what's weird. Most of the people talking about Chick-fil-A in the news hate Chick-fil-A, hate it, hate it. And it's not because of their food, it's because of the LGBTQIIAPP-2 religion out there and stuff. So anybody who says a man and a lady should get married, they will be boycotted forever by this community, so-called community of people. And so those people will latch on and they will hate on Chick-fil-A every day of their life. Chick-fil-A controls their life. By the way, Alex Jones, you see there on my shirt, we are all Alex Jones and stuff. We got 5 people up in the room, dude. I can't even hardly believe it. Meanwhile, I don't think any of y'all have commented, all right? I don't mean to get on y'all. Wait, it says I got one comment. That's from Leah. Leah L says, LOL. I'm not sure what this is in regards to. Could be my face. What's wrong with my face? We're going to get to the bottom of it. But Chick-fil-A apologizes for promoting National Sandwich Day. We've hit like retardation that on a national scale that's completely undeniable. There's no going back from it, all right? Something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong. See, the thing is, we have national holidays. Like when you're godless, when you don't have a God, and you make up your God every day when you wake up, then you start to get ideas in your head like, we should celebrate this day. Today should be National Mechanical Pencil Day. Tomorrow's going to be National Doorknob Day. We're going to celebrate doorknobs. The next day it's going to be wear a hat on your feet day and stuff like that. I mean, literally, every single day is a holiday. Next week it's going to be National Avocado Day, you guys. It's like... That's what happens when you're godless, basically. And it might only take days, might only take years, could take generations. But trust me, you're gonna reap the rewards of that, of being godless. All right, it's only a matter of time. And so, anyways, it was it's National Sandwich Day, from what I understand. And Chick-fil-A, I mean, I can't blame Chick-fil-A for going, hey, it's awesome. It's National Sandwich Day. Happy day, you guys. And then people were like, oh no. LGBTQIA-2 community says Chick-fil-A's flipping because they said Happy National Sandwich Day, and that's on Sunday. And meanwhile, Chick-fil-A doesn't even open on Sundays. They need to apologize. They need to apologize right now to every gay person in the world individually on Twitter, or else we're going to have a big problem. I took a screenshot of this, and I don't remember. Actually, this is a bad screenshot because I didn't get the headline of it, but it's actually part of an article, and I kind of remember it, in which, and it's unfortunate, but you can hear me talk about it, and you might have seen it as well. There is victims, everything could be an act, everything could be a hoax. Let's get it out of the way. I don't know what happened at Parkland on that day, and I don't claim to. We got 6 people up in the room. That's amazing. I don't know if I ever seen 6 people all up in the room. And to any one of the 6 y'all watching, go ahead and leave a comment. I swear, I'm not talking about anything interesting right now. All right, I don't know why you're here, but if you can think of something interesting before we can get out of here, and we're going to get out of here about 10:15, 10:20, all right, because I have stuff to do, unfortunately. I wish I could stay here with y'all all night, and I would do it. I would do it if I could. Oh, man, now I got 2 people we done dropped off. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have admitted that I have nothing interesting to say. But, okay, this particular article that we're looking at right now, although I didn't get a good screenshot of it, it would make more sense that I would do that. The article is going into, of course, the Parkland situation, all right? And it was talking about this recent photo that I guess senators had in regards to Sheriff Scotty Israel and whether or not he should get his job back. Of course he shouldn't, because he's a miserable failure. And you understand that there was Democrats in the room that, of course, voted against Scotty Israel getting his job back, obviously. And then there were some Democrats in the room who voted for him to get his job back, or for the possibility of him getting his job back. And they stated whatever their argument is. I didn't have time to see it. But, okay, the alleged victims, the family's victims, Pretty much they all came out and said, dude, I can't even believe this. How dare you? And it doesn't even matter if you're on the political left, political right. It doesn't even matter. You want to ban guns forever and have a civil war in America, millions of deaths and stuff like that. If you're a fan of that, it doesn't even matter. You're not going to want Scotty Israel as the sheriff of Broward County, all right? It's not going to happen. Wow, we got Unwrapped by Brenda up in this. She said, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's doing good as well. I pray so. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody up in the room, make sure to, if you got something on your mind, if you have a news bit, whatever, and you want us to discuss it, do it immediately. All right, if you can, safety first, and we're gonna get at it, whatever it is. But in the meantime, I just want to explain about this article in which you can't see the headline. I'm sorry. What they were explaining, the victims, the family of victims, they were explaining is kind of disrespectful for y'all to vote for even the possibility of Sheriff Scotty Israel getting his job back. It's kind of disrespectful. And also, the article went into the fact is that basically those senators who did so, at least a couple of them lied on the families of the victims of that shooting, lied on him and said that they said that Scotty Israel should get his job back. Meanwhile, they turned around and said, we ain't never said that. There's none of us that ever said that Scotty Israel should get his job back. Dude. Y'all are lying on us and y'all are trying to get your way. Meanwhile, you know, it's kind of weird about it is I forget how many people were involved in the vote. All right. What's interesting about politics is you should know no matter what's your nefarious agenda behind the scenes, you should know when you're on the losing end of something, right? You should know that no matter what, Scotty Israel was never ever going to get his job back. It's just not going to happen. So you might as well have voted against it. No matter what you believe, in order to save face, you had to be pretty much all the way retarded in order to even think that that was going to. What in the world were you thinking? All right. How in the world did you get in office? All right. And now you're lying about other people and what they said in order to get your way, even though it's completely impossible. All right. That's who we have running our government. Those type of people. I wanted to draw attention to this. It's, it's funny, but I want to talk about Halloween in general. It just passed. And I meant to do a broadcast yesterday, but it didn't happen. There was complications, and my day got a little bit too busy, so we're here today. And I want to talk a little bit about Halloween and address on a personal level my perspective of Halloween. My perspective is that children like to get dressed up. All right, they find it fun. All right, so to have a day where children get dressed up, I don't have a problem with that. Women tend to like to get dressed up, right, in little costumes and stuff like that. They like to do that, all right? I'm not speaking out against it, all right? I don't see why you would. Men might like to get dressed up in costumes, maybe, if it's funny, stuff like that. And that all being said, you know, I found this picture pretty funny. And I had to guess that Kanye is the one in the Dino outfit, all right? And it's funny and it's enjoyable. I don't see nothing wrong with it, all right? Um, all right, so but just to skip ahead a little bit further, Halloween, besides getting dressed up and eating all sort of candies, which I mean might get you diabetes if you don't already have it. Besides that, I don't see no problem with it. It's like the celebration of death and destruction and disgustingness. That honestly, I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't know why anybody would have anything to do with it, but people do that out there. And we might see some more instances of that as we scroll through these screenshots. I did want to draw attention to this, which is on a different note. It's Beto O'Rourke. He's constantly in a Halloween outfit of a white person, all right? And, you know, it's hard to understand because his name is Robert Francis O'Rourke, the whitest sounding name that I ever heard of. But it's supposedly he's supposed to be Mexican. And even though that shouldn't even matter, he's still desperately trying to convey himself as a Mexican, which never worked. And he literally looks, his mannerisms are that of a psychopath, no matter what your political leanings are. Beto Beto O'Rourke figured out, just like how a lot of people do during their campaigns for whatever political position. He realized that he is incapable of stealing people's money and tricking people out their money at this point. Like it's become not cost effective. To give you the perfect example, Bernie Sanders, he'll wait till the very end to drop out of stuff. He doesn't mean to. He's never going to be the president. He's way too old. He's having heart attacks left and right. Like obviously he's on death's door, and that's unfortunate. But like Bernie Sanders, he'll stay to the very end as long as he can because he'll still be getting the money. He'll still be tricking people out of all sort of money and promising them all sort of free goodies. And it's cost effective. Beto O'Rourke just hit the wall, and he realized it's not cost effective. All right, he's not making money; he's losing money because he's so unbelievably unpopular. He's absolutely a psychopath, and I don't know who would argue against that, except for his loyal fans. I want to draw attention to this while we run out of time. All right, it's about 15-20 minutes. We'll see how much we can cram in there. Like I said, if you have something interesting, bring it to the table. All right, we all need some meat on the table. All right, but in the meantime, this I guess kind of interesting. I didn't read the article. I couldn't tell you whether or not it's fake news. I think it was from the BBC anyway, so obviously it's going to be stupid. But Indonesian man who helps set strict adultery laws flogged. Guess what? For adultery. All right. Now, I want to say this 9 times out of 10, and trust me, there is that exception because I understand that I sometimes say that we should create better laws in order to get more justice. But meanwhile, that's on the back burner for me. I'm not concerned with creating more laws necessarily. I just say that as a benefit of, people who are into justice reform and stuff like that. Okay, I understand. Yeah, we should create laws against pedophiles. Yeah, we shouldn't give them slaps on the wrist and have them go out and molest more children. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. We got 7 people up in the building, and I just can't even believe it. Brenda's enjoying the report, and I enjoy Brenda's analysis. She says, hope everybody's doing good. You know what I'm saying? She's enjoying the report, and I'm not sure why. I couldn't even tell you. But Indonesian man, blah blah blah, he was flogging stuff. 9 times out of 10, when you got someone in power and they are capable of administering laws and stuff, and they seem adamant about it, 9 times out of 10, they are breaking those laws. All right. And, I just wanted to kind of put that out there. I'm sure people have already gotten wind of that. They starting to understand that. This is why you really can't trust people in government and stuff, because they're doing exactly what they purport that everybody should stop doing. Right. And then they wind up getting flogged for that in Indonesia. 50 Cent meets with Nancy Pelosi. I couldn't go into depth because I didn't read this article. Don't know what they're talking about. Couldn't hardly care less what it is that they said. I'm sure there's no epiphanies going on. I'm sure there's no reasonable solutions going on here. All right, but 50 Cent meets with Nancy Pelosi. With Nancy Pelosi on Capitol Hill, and quote, big changes are coming. All right. Meanwhile, just so they know, 50 Cent, he recently came to San Antonio, and I don't know who bothered going. I'm sure a lot of people did, of a certain persuasion. All right, we're not going to get into it, but I'm sure a lot of people did. 50 Cent came to San Antonio recently, and obviously I couldn't be bothered. But what he did was he went to Specs stores around San Antonio. If you don't know what Specs are, it's spelled SPEC, apostrophe S. It's a liquor store. It's like a super liquor store. It's like a Walmart of liquor stores. All right, very big. No matter what kind of liquor, you're gonna find it there, and all sort of other stuff. They have a little bit of gourmet food and stuff, and little extras for like party favors, perhaps. He went over there. I'm not sure why. Probably to promote liquor. All right, probably to promote for people of certain persuasion to get all drunk and stuff and try to drown away their problems. All right, it's pretty much how it goes. So like really, it's nothing. It's nothing productive coming out of 50 Cent. All I know. I mean, God bless him. I don't have anything against him. Um, I don't know where he's going with it. As far as I couldn't imagine what he's talking to Nancy Pelosi about. All right. Maybe Nancy Pelosi was trying to convince him to stop being strapped down with guns everywhere he goes, because I'm sure he is strapped down with guns everywhere he goes, if not his bodyguards. All right. I don't know what they were talking about, what kind of big changes they got coming, but it's absolutely absurd. All right. And it's just amazing to watch like what different celebrities will get hooked up with what different insignificant politicians for what sort of reasons, and it's supposed to be news. Jacob Logger's up in the house. I want to address that. He's a legend in the game. So is Brenda. So is Leah. And so is everybody who, that's not to say like, oh yeah, everybody's a legend, but these people are legends. He says, I was in Indonesia years ago. He said, it reminded me of a scene from Star Wars. It is a crazy place. It is a place in Asia, and I imagine there's all sort of crazy things that I wouldn't understand in Asia and stuff. That's pretty awesome, you know. I know people like I know dudes in Thailand. You got Bart Fine. He's over in Thailand right now, unless I'm mistaken. He's all over the world. It seems. I know some people living in Cambodia right now. You know, we were hollering at people from India the other day. Jacob Longer, sometimes he goes and he visits Indonesia and stuff like that. It's a crazy place, kind of like from out of Star Wars. Uh, I don't know what to say about that. Maybe it's very much like Star Wars. I don't know, but they will flog you. All right, they this, and I don't know. I can't call them wrong for that and stuff like that. It seems kind of barbaric. I'm not. That wouldn't be my particular choice. All right, but we might look into flogging. You are the daily bread. I'm not sure what that means. All right, but you can go ahead and elaborate on that. Oh, I accidentally skipped. All right, earlier we were talking about Halloween. And earlier I was saying, you know, I personally don't have a problem with children dressing up. They like dressing up. Why would you take that away from them? Ladies love to dress up for some reason. And sometimes guys will dress up in order to have a laugh. It's kind of funny. Kanye West, I would imagine, was up in a Dino costume, and it was funny. I enjoyed it. All right, but when you start to come to stuff like this, I don't know about y'all out there, but I'm not a fan of this. Like, this doesn't make me feel good. I don't laugh at this. And I put a little censor thing. It says shameless, obviously. I put that there. Because it gets, I mean, obviously, it's disgusting. And apparently, this is Heidi Klum, and she revealed her Halloween costume or whatever. And it took 12 hours to create because she's desperate for attention, right? You know, it's not about something that she did like, hey, look what I did, look what I accomplished. Y'all should pay attention to it and stuff like that. It's no, look at how I sat here and I let a makeup artist put stuff all over my naked body and stuff. Don't I deserve attention? No, you don't. You didn't do anything. All right? You're shameless. Ah, food for thought. All right. Well, I like eating too. I like people, and y'all give me food for thought. That's why I give an open invitation, man. Y'all are very deep. Y'all get profound. Sometimes y'all point me out to things that I had no idea. We got Maytre Mark up in the building. I can't even believe it. Maytre Mark's up in the building, and you know, hopefully we have some time. I know we're running out of time. Just so that y'all know, we got about 10, 15 minutes left to go. But we did have something on the docket, and I did want to check out that video, that special that just happened. I do have that on the deck. I want to check it out because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I don't know if I vouch for it, but I pretty much do. All right, we might check that out at the end of this here broadcast as far as what Maitre Mark just contributed to the internet. But okay, this is an example right here. It's disgusting. All right. Oh, we're having fun. Oh, we deserve attention. Y'all are disgusting, dude. On every level. All right. I can't even think of all the different ways in which you should be ashamed of yourself, but you don't know what shame is. All right. All you know is money. All you know is attention. All right. That's all you are. And it's very unfortunate. You're very godless. And I'm not saying I hate you because I don't, but it's very unfortunate. And I want to weep just thinking about how unfortunate your situation is, how desperate it is. All right. But that's like a little taste. I want to give you a taste of something else that was pointed out to me, which I had already heard about via InfoWars. All right. I'd already heard about it, but I forget who pointed this out to me. It could have been Jacob Longer. or it could have been somebody else. I think it might have been somebody else who they sent me a link to this item. It's actually on Summit News, Summit.news. They threw me a link and I encouraged it, man. Throw me a link. Yeah, it wasn't him. And now that I kind of think of it, I think it was D, if I'm not mistaken, sent me this link. And I encourage you to send me some links. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be very brief, it's very easy to do and show me what it is that I should be looking at. And I appreciate it. A lot of people show me things that I should be looking at, and I appreciate it. So this is video of, see, the thing is, it's not even titled right. And I think Alex Jones said that it's not titled right, and it isn't. It really isn't. Paul Joseph Watson puts in mad work, and he does a lot of great things, and he's definitely much better than I am at what he does. But the thing is, he couldn't even get it right. Drag queen, what it says, I can't even read it. Hold on one second. Drag queen simulates cutting baby out of her womb and drinking blood. Now, that might sound bad from the headline, but that's not even close to how grotesque it is. If you can even find it, of course, there's keywords and stuff like that, but it's kind of hard to find. It's not a drag queen, all right? And we can't see the picture too good right here. I'll give you a close up. I'm sorry about how it looks. It's really bad. Yeah, I understand. That's a doll, by the way. It's a plastic doll. I might get banned off of YouTube for even showing you that. All right, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But that's a plastic doll right there. That's not a drag queen. All right. It's breaking news. Just because you put on a wig and a dress doesn't make you a drag queen. That's not a drag queen. That's obviously a satanic ghoul. All right. And trust me, it's much worse than the picture is even showing you. All right. I've seen the video, and it's absolutely absurd. And that's what it's like. Oh, it's Halloween. We get to do this. This is what we do and stuff like that. And this is just what we do. It's normal and stuff like that. No, it's not. Y'all satanic. All right. It's clear as day. It's clear as a bell. All right. This is what y'all like. This is what y'all like. And I happen to know that y'all like pushing the envelope. So before long, it is going to be a baby. And it is going to be all in good fun. All right? And it is going to be in public. And every, quote, drag queen is going to be showing y'all their genitalia. And they're going to be taking their genitalia to the public library to slap children in the face with it. All right? You might say these are the ramblings of a crazy man. No, that's just the next step. That's where we're at. Unwrapped by Brenda says, Devil, giving drag queens a worse name. I know, it's like, dude, drag queens already have enough problems as is, all right? You know, I'm hating nobody and stuff. I understand that drag queens have problems. That's not a drag queen, right? Quite obviously. But it's so disgusting. And I wanted to point that out. It's just like, you might see scary things, scary outfits and stuff like that. And that's the thing of it. There's some outfits you could go to Halloween and trick or treating, and you're the Grim Reaper and stuff. And, oh, that's scary. Oh, you might be this and that, and oh, that's scary. But what it is you're going down the direction, and you're going in this direction. All right, you might want to think twice about it. It seems all in good fun, but this is the direction you're going, right here. And so you might as well just think about it for a second. All these young kids who are confused or alone watching this, and now it's in their mind forever. It's going to be in their mind forever. And it might influence them to think, oh, yeah, this is normal. This is how I get attention, by being as grotesque as possible. This is how I become a celebrity. This is how I go viral and stuff like that. It's going to encourage them to do so. And, of course, they're going to have to push the envelope, right? You might ask yourself, well, how many different various ways can you push the envelope from here? One can only imagine. All right, we're going to get out of the screenshots right quick, and we're going to see what else we can cover. We have about 5 or 10 minutes. I want to thank everybody out here who visited us. We're growing. I mean, there's 7 people watching us right now, and I can't even hardly believe it, all right, because I haven't really put any energy into the process, into making this broadcast any better than it was. But I do plan to do that this weekend. I do plan to step up my game in order to see if we could get more people in here. We want more people in here just to be able to come to solutions, because it is all about teamwork. This brain ain't gonna figure out very much by itself, right? It is through teamwork that we're gonna come to more solutions and more success. All right, that's what we want. I'm pretty sure that's what we want. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this here broadcast. We got a video right here, and I wanted to play all of it, to be honest, but we don't have any time. So I just wanted to point it out, I guess. The man Joseph Callan. After this broadcast is done, I'll go ahead and leave a link down below. If you don't know who Joseph Callan is, I'm pretty sure you could type in his name and figure out who he is on YouTube. His icon is like a knight, and it's got a sword, and it's got like Christian symbolism to it. You'll be able to figure it out, but I'll leave a link below to Joseph Callan. If you don't know who he is, he's a dang legend in the game. He's someone who I admire greatly. Joseph Callan just put out this video, and it's called The Handlers. All right, and it's not a very long video, and it's in regards to things that we've just come to appreciate as necessary, I guess. To be more specific, it's about how the FBI and certain governmental agencies will, quote, try to stop terrorism by basically promoting terrorism and instigating it. All right. Upon people who could be as young as 19, 18. I mean, teenagers and stuff. What they do is they get them all gassed up. They influence them. They give them support. They encourage them to be terrorists for, who knows, weeks, months, years even, if that's what it takes. They'll encourage them to do it until the very last moment, until where like their fake actors are gonna sell them a bomb to blow up everybody. And in that moment, when the guy says, "Yeah, I want to buy the bomb. Y'all convince me to buy this bomb and kill everybody." And then they're like, "Oh, snap! You're under arrest now. We caught you. We caught you doing it." And I think the sentiment of the video is that, you know, some people are very influenceable. I don't know if that's a word, but they're highly influenced. All right, you can convince some people, if you try hard enough, to become terrorists. And so basically that might not be what we want to do with our government agencies, is to convince people to become terrorists. And on the other, and another aspect to that, it shows you just how easy it is to trick people into a certain situation that's going to become a dire situation for them. All right. How easy it would be for these so-called government agencies to just go that step further in secretness, in the darkness, and convince some people to actually become terrorists. And that would do nothing but benefit them, especially if they want to take away everybody's rights. I mean, just so happen if they wanted to take away everybody's rights, they would just continue the process, and instead of arresting the person, they would allow the person to carry out their terroristic threats, and then calamity would ensue. Certainly, innocent people would lose their lives, but who cares? That's collateral damage. Who even cares? And so they would just continue to do it, and then those people would then get arrested or maybe killed. Who cares? They're just collateral damage as well. And then, oh, you get a bonus. Everybody gets to lose their rights, and we get to talk about how everybody in the world is untrustable. All right, and that's just how easy it is. All right, and so like another aspect to that is, you know, they could trick people, or they could perhaps put people in a certain spot in which they seem very guilty, even though there's no evidence of them being guilty of any sort of crime. Like, for example, Parkland. And I do want to mention real briefly that my man Alex Jones, I'm not gonna. He gives me no reason to deny him of the good work that he's done. But even Alex Jones doesn't understand, and I've heard him bring it up again and again, that there is no evidence. There is no evidence. And that's the thing of it. Maybe everybody in Parkland, that whole situation is an actor and stuff like that. Maybe they're not. It really doesn't matter to me. There is no evidence to say that Nicholas Cruz shot anybody that day. Maybe he did. But however, there is no evidence, all right? So everybody's so convinced of something that there's no evidence for. All right. And that's the way, you know what I'm saying? That's the way these government agencies, not to say in whole, but perhaps rogue elements, that's how they're operating. All right. And they can't wait to take your rights away. We can't wait for it. Unwrapped by Brandon says he didn't kill anyone, though. I don't know that he killed anyone. And I don't know that he didn't. All right. But I can assume that he didn't, and then he got tricked, and it's that easy. And Joseph Callan points that out in this video. We can't really see much of it because we don't have time. But meanwhile, there is a video. Here, we got some sound to it.
In his words, to give Americans, quote, a taste of the terror they gladly spread all over the world.
Taste of the terror. And the thing is, he points out that this is years in the making. They've been talking about this for years. By the way, voice to skull technology, putting voices into people's heads, has been public for over a decade and stuff, for those people who have never heard of it. We don't have any more time left. Thank all y'all. God bless all y'all, whether you like it or not, for coming out. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to end on that video that I mentioned before. Let's see if we can find it here on YouTube. Get the comments out of the way. We're going to end on Maitre Mark. Apparently he administers justice to a type of person who I'm just not going to say it. You're going to see what it is. But it's a video in which he administers justice to somebody who deserves it. And it's just like a doll. It is just an act. It is all for theatrics. But perhaps he proves a point and stuff like that. And I've been very excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet. It's titled, as you can see right here, Halloween Special, Death to a Certain Person. Part 3, the execution. All right, we're gonna cut to the chase, and this is how we're gonna end it. We're gonna check out the execution and stuff like that. It's just like I would imagine an exhibit of what maybe perhaps should take place to folks who deserve it. I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of setting nobody on fire, but I don't know. We're about to find out. And thank y'all. God bless y'all. I have no idea what we're in store for right now. But this is how we're going to end up the show and the broadcast. Meanwhile, after it's uploaded, leave comments in the comment section. Send me a link. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that you want to discuss this next time. Hopefully, we're going to be back tomorrow. And I'll give y'all forewarning. I'll try to at least. Let me know, because we will address it. Trust me. If people come to me and they tell me some stuff, it is a future it's a future prediction, says Maitre Mark. He's up in the building. And I got to let you know, I'm honored to put this on display. You should go to Maitre Mark. You should subscribe if you know it's good for you. And so without further ado, like I said, let me know what's popping up in the streets and stuff. Give me a comment. I will get it, and I will address what it is you have to talk about. In the meantime, let's just enjoy the presentation. Man, hold on. Hold on, because the audio, I want the audio to be better. All right. Now, what this is going to do is either, hold on, it's either going to make the audio better, or it's going to completely remove the audio, and I'm not sure which. But I want to hear this good. All right. I want the audio to be just right. So we're going to see if we can get it right.
And rather than a bonfire, we're going to burn it with a flame lance and stuff it in the oven. So, poor witch.
Like
3 cheers for the arse goblin captive. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
All right, now stick your flame lance in the fire. Get it
Man,
going.
he's got a crowd and an audience there.
Burn the witch.
Stay.
All right, it's going to burn all the way down. Oh, so we've got this bit of suspense. We'll fill it with a
Burn the witch!
Burn the witch!
Burn the witch!
The filthy, stinking
filthy,
witch.
dirty witch.
How do you plead, witch?
She's guilty! She's guilty!
Yes, guilty with what?
Everything!
Crimes against humanity?
Humanity, crimes against
Nature.
unusual things!
Crimes against nature? And crimes against God? And the
against
flame
cats.
lance is getting close.
Crimes against cats!
Well, that's okay.
Burn the witch!
Ah, the sweet suffering.
Yes. Now we'll stick her in the fire.
Yay!
In the oven you go, witch! You filthy, stinking witch! Die! There.
There she goes well, that flame lance.
Yeah, if you wrap it much tighter, it'll go even better. I did a loose job on it. You wouldn't want that in your face, would you?
No.
Fire is a cleansing thing, purges heretical beams. Build yourself a pyre, then burn that witch with fire. Burn, 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 burn her on the fire. Kill, 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 kill that witch with fire. Burn, burn, burn.
Peter, give us a pound it around to us. Give us a... Burn, you stinking, filthy witch! There, that'll do.
Okay.
Go?
Yep.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
We're happy to be here.
Thank you for sharing the food and the fire and the witch burning.
Yeah, welcome.
And now we're going to try the... Oh, shake it up.
Oh man,
We don't want to
it's gonna
drink
be
it, do we?
impressive.
All right.
Depends how much you shake it up.
There it goes.
So we edit out...
That's impressive. That's a professional right there. I saw AJ Hunter's mom came in and asked what it is that was going on. That was Maitre Mark. That was one of his latest installments, Death to a Certain Type of Person, Part 3, The Execution, and you can find it on YouTube. And that's a legend in the game. It's, in case if you didn't know, that's what we were watching real briefly. Most of this broadcast had to do with other stuff. And as soon as it uploads, you can see the rest of it. If you have any inclination of doing so, and I'm not sure exactly why you would. But like I said, we ran out of time. We ran out of time 4 minutes ago and stuff. So I appreciate everybody out there. And we're going to have something better. We're going to have a better broadcast next time. That much I can guarantee you. All right. So look forward to that. And I look forward to seeing y'all out there and hopefully, getting y'all on the broadcast one of these days, especially Maitre Mark. We need to hook up and figure out how we could do the split screen stuff. I just got WhatsApp, for example. I don't know what it's going to take. All right. But we need to have a split screen. We need to have a collaboration. That is for sure. Not only Maitre Mark, but a lot of people out there. And that's going to be coming in the near future. And I appreciate everybody out there. And I'll holla at y'all a little bit later.